If I have learned anything in my time traveling the world, it is the power of hope. The power of one person, a Washington, a Lincoln, King, Mandela, and even a young girl from Pakistan, Malala. One person can change the world by giving people hope.
My father taught himself how to read, taught himself how to write, decided in the midst of Jim Crowism, as America was breathing the last gasp of the Civil War, my father decided he was going to stand and be a man. Not a black man, not a brown man, not a white man, but a man. He literally challenged himself to be the best that he could all the days of his life.
I have a dream. My 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream.
Hi, my name is Dawn Renee Rhashid, and I am the assistant principal here at Edison Academy of Differentiated Learning. We are a gate magnet that services students from TK through 8th grade. This is my 3rd year here, and my duties include instructional support, helping students and families, and relationship building. This is my 21st year in education, and I started as a classroom teacher. I taught for 14 years. I then became a curriculum resource teacher, and then an instructional coach, a summer school principal, and now here, the assistant principal of Edison. I really love my job and the chance to make a difference. You may have seen my colleague Jamie Barnett, the principal of Buena Vista's video. It inspired hope, and he talked about his love of his family and of education. And I'm hoping that when you see my video here today, it's going to help you to want to inspire change, and that you'll see the need for change, and that change is happening around us. Helping me with my video will be my daughter, Anissa Al-Rashid, my fiance, Jeff Swanson, and my mother, Betty Battle, who despite being ill, wanted to participate in this project. And I am so glad and grateful that she was able to participate in this way.
I'm grateful to have the opportunity to share a little of my story in hopes that it will help to move us into a season of change. Dialogue around this issue for those in the Black community have been going on since well before my birth. So none of the issues we are talking about here are new for me.
Reflecting on my personal experiences with racism, I found that there are actually positives and negatives to my journey here today. I am from Pasadena, California, and I am part of a special class of students who were bused for their entire public school education in an effort to desegregate the schools and provide equal opportunity. I graduated from John Muir High School in 1993, alma mater of both Jackie Robinson and Rodney King. Busing, when looking back at it now, was a wonderful gift to my class. A former classmate recently made a documentary about those years called Can We All Get Along? You see, our town was segregated. The right and wrong side of the tracks were determined by where you lived in reference to Lake Avenue. Those on the west side of Lake were poorer and more brown. Those on the east side were affluent and mostly white. Well, my class was bused, so we were all mixed up for the entirety of our public school education. There was even one year where all the students in middle school attended the same school. There were 3 schools combined, McKinley, Wilson, and Elliott. We called it McWilliott, so we knew everybody. I had friends on Lincoln Avenue and on Tannable, east of Lake and north of Altadena Drive. They were really rich. When I see my classmates now on Facebook, the effects are evident. We have so many interracial couples and multicultural families amongst us that it has to have had a positive impact on our belief systems. I myself am in an interracial relationship, and we've been together for 15 years. Our family checks a lot of boxes. We are a Gold Star family. Jeff is retired military. I am Black. He is white. I've been a single mom, and he's been a single dad. I'm a Democrat and he's a Republican. We've both been poor and now we are considered an upper middle class family. Like everyone, we don't fit into one category, so when we kneeled with Cap, it was not to dishonor the flag. Jeff gave over 20 years and our Matt gave his all for this country.
I know that I can get along with anyone and that I can listen to different points of view. It's a gift that comes with my upbringing. Knowing all types of people helps you to realize we are not as different as some people want us to believe. Busing was an experiment that many believe was a success, but one in which many more must have disagreed with, as it was stopped, and most of the schools on the west side have now been closed. It looks to me as if they are waiting for the effects of gentrification to kick in so they can reopen to a new student population. I will share this personal experience. The first blatant racist experience that I still think about happened in sports. I played volleyball in high school, as well as softball and basketball. I was in the orchestra, the marching band, and the pep band, but volleyball was my favorite sport, and the one that I was best at. As I said, our school was integrated, but the surrounding areas were not. La Cañada and Arcadia bordered us, and they were all white schools. I was the captain of our team, and not to brag, but clearly the best player my junior and senior years. My coach also believed in my abilities. He suggested that a few of us try out for the club team in La Cañada. I'm sure you can guess what happened. The black girls on our team that tried out didn't make it, but the white girls did. We all knew what happened, but never spoke of it. When you know you are being mistreated and it's not called out by anyone, it's a horrible feeling. I went on to play in college, Azusa Pacific University, and transferred to the University of Houston on a volleyball scholarship. I'm so glad I knew my worth and didn't give up. Many years later, I shared my love of the sport with my daughter, who it turns out loved it too. She played high school volleyball. I was her coach for 2 of those years, club volleyball, and a little in college in Santa Barbara. I was happy to help her to have those experiences. The sport changed, and more African American girls were accepted and now sought after. Things have changed. There are so many other incidents of overt and microaggressions that I could share with you, but I'd need my own column to post a weekly series to collect all of them. I did, however, find a Facebook post that I made 4 years ago after the killing of Sandra Bland. She failed to use her turn signal while driving, was pulled over, and subsequently arrested. They took her mugshot, they put her in a cell, and she was later found dead. The cause? Suicide. Right. This really got to me, and I posted this.
Today, I needed to run an errand, but I was reluctant to go. I thought I was just tired and procrastinating, but as I got ready and I started to drive, I realized that I was scared. I was terrified of being pulled over. I knew I wouldn't have been doing anything wrong, but maybe I'd forget to signal or have a light out or nothing, and I'd get pulled over. I felt myself starting to cry. Tears were building as I drove, and I don't know if I looked terrified or what, but people were so nice to me, letting me in to merge, giving the nice wave if they did the slightest infraction. I choose to believe that people are good and recognize my struggle, but I'm hoping my fears are calm soon. I need to go out again tomorrow. I got a lot of concern from my friends after that post. They wanted to make sure I was okay, and they also wanted to share with their friends what people were going through. That was 4 years ago, and like I said, I was scared to drive, but I'm a pretty strong-willed person, and that kicked in not long after this post. When it was time for me to buy a new car later that year, I decided, no, I truly believe that success is the best revenge. If they're going to pull me over, then they need to pull me over in a 2-seater sports car with the top down, singing at the top of my lungs. So I bought her. These became themes for me. Never let them see you sweat, and success is the best revenge. I will be proud of my successes in hopes that it shows someone out there that they can do it and they can have it if that's what they want. Through unity, we can make a change.